Hello, Vivek. Can you hear us?
Good morning, sir. Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, Vivek. You are now in Aizawl or in Delhi?
Sir, I'm in Aizawl currently.
Okay, welcome. Okay. So your interview is on 16th April, as I can see from the record which has come to us.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How is your preparation going?
Sir, I have been reading newspapers regularly from past
Hmm.
3 months,
Okay.
and
So
I've
you mean
also,
to say you were not reading newspaper before that?
unfortunately, no, sir, I was not reading.
Okay. Okay. Vivek, tell us three things about yourself which is not in your depth.
So first of all, I am a very goal-driven person. I try to set myself, for myself, certain goals and certain milestones, even if they are not in my current scheme of things. So secondly, I adore discipline. I try to inculcate habits that improves my discipline on a daily basis. I strive to do that. And so third thing is that I try to have a vision and a mission for myself, for which I try to keep on working on myself by reading, by learning new skills, by uh, anchoring into areas in which I feel I find myself as weak.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
So, what are the new things you have learned in last 1 month?
Sir, in last 1 month, I started doing pranayam,
Mm-hmm.
I which I had never ventured into, and
Mm-hmm.
I did learn certain breathing techniques, certain
Mm-hmm.
uh, and learn the theory behind it, how it works.
Hmm. So, did yoga or originated in India, or it is some as some people claim that it was imported into India?
So, in my current understanding, I feel it did originate in India.
And who was the propounder of yoga?
Sir, I'm forgetting his name. Uh, yes, sir.
Okay,
I cannot
okay,
recall the name right.
okay. How old is yoga in India? Any idea about
Uh,
that?
Pardon, sir.
How old is yoga?
Sir, it's more than 2,000 years. For example, it dates back when the Mahabharata was written. So yes, sir.
Hmm. So, when was the Mahabharata written?
Yes, sir, in the Vedic age.
Okay.
Yes,
Let's let it go. So you are working as a junior engineer. Was it your in Aizawl Airport? Junior
yes, sir.
air traffic management, huh? Junior
Yes,
executive air traffic management, right? And in the Aizawl in Mizoram, right? So what is the responsibility of the air traffic controller?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm currently working as a licensed aerodrome and approach rated air traffic controller.
Mm-hmm.
And my responsibility, if I were to put in one line, my objective is to ensure the safely expeditious, and orderly management of air traffic. My objective is to prevent collisions between aircraft, apart from five other objectives to assist search and rescue organizations, to prevent collisions on the maneuvering area, and ensure the air traffic is safe, expeditious, and orderly.
Mm-hmm. This, Malaysian airline, we have a searcher, you remember that MH, what's the number? I forgot the number.
370,
Yeah.
370.
Why we are not, despite the fact that we have so many gadgets on the in the plane or in the cockpit or everywhere, still we are not able to find out what happened and where this debris lying. What could be the reason in your view?
Yes, sir. According to the recent final investigation report and the recent findings by the researchers,
Mm-hmm.
they did found that a plane sort of somewhere dived down deep into the Indian Ocean, and some debris was also found along the coast of Africa as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that this is one rare of accidents, sir, which uh, because currently we have so many systems in place, the radars in place, that it's very highly unlikely that any plane goes missing or cannot be seen. We have ADSP, we have satellite-based systems, ground-based augmentation systems, and aircraft is fitted with, even if it is traveling in GPS disabled environment, then also we have inertial guidance systems to
Mm-hmm.
track down the aircraft.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, this, I keep hearing this particularly in Delhi during the winter season that, aircraft is not equipped with the Cat 3, Cat 4, Cat 2. What is all about? And why we are not able to, implement it across India?
Yes, sir. In Delhi Airport, we have ILS CAT 3B systems. CAT 3B systems basically allow a plane to land below 50 meters of visibility. So if, let's say, in Delhi in winters, the visibility goes down below 50 meters. So for that, we need ILS CAT 3C systems. These
Mm-hmm.
ILS CAT 3B and 3 represents the approach lighting systems, which with the aircraft can side the runway. For example,
Mm-hmm.
ILS-3C is the highest standard. It will allow a plane to auto land with zero visibility, which currently no airport in India has. We have the highest ILS CAT 3B, which is in 6 airports of our country, including Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai. So
Mm-hmm.
these systems require a huge amount of capital investments, and uh, I feel that uh, investment is not only required from the Airports Authority of India, also there are substantial investments required by the airlines. They also need to have these systems equipped. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel ILS CAT 3B is sufficient, and
Mm-hmm.
it does a majority of work for Delhi Airport.
Okay. Your father is a lawyer. He's an lawyer practicing in MP, Madhya
Sir,
Pradesh.
yes, sir. Earlier he used to work in a revenue board, and now he's working as a legal manager in housing finance development company, Shubham Housing Finance.
Okay. Okay. This is a finance company. When we're talking of the housing finance and things, we keep reading about, the schemes duping the customers. Why? What we can do to ensure that, the people who apply for housing loan as well as for the houses are not duped.
Yes, sir. This is a very unfortunate situation, because only people who do not get loans from scheduled commercial banks at less rates of interest go to these housing development companies to take loans,
Mm-hmm.
and they are charged spurious amounts, and if they are not able to repay, they have to uh, shred away their collateral.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel there should be strict regulatory enforcement by the SEBI, uh, by the government, by the RBI, and yes, sir. Apart from that, the company's standards of ethics should also be taken into account.
Mm-hmm. Right. Uh, this last question from my side. There is a lot of talk of this caste census. Do you think this caste census will solve all the problems of Indian, whatever is ailing Indian society?
Sir, I categorically oppose the caste census because I feel that it will only increase divisiveness in our society. Uh, if we have to become the Viksit Bharat by 2047, we should shed away this uh, the role of caste, and we should focus more on our economy, more on our work, more on our working, more on working of capabilities of the individuals,
Mhm.
irrespective of which class, caste, or creed they belong.
But don't you think that historically some caste, some section of the society has been dealt unfairly and they need some protection and assistance? Don't you think that in order to become a developed country in 2047, because we need to carry everybody along, otherwise it becomes sort of, lopsided development. So don't you think this
Ye-
has a role?
Yes, sir. To solve those historical injustices, sir, I think the current reservation system, the current affirmative action by the government plays along really well into bringing more representativeness uh, into our governance, into our public institutions, and into our employment. So I
Mhm.
feel further and further extending uh, this would only bring out the caste identity and would only make this identity, and there is also an issue of politicization of caste. So I think this is the reason I oppose this.
Okay. Thank you, Vivek. Nice talking to you. Now, my colleague, Mr. Prashant Mishra, will interact.
Thank you so much, sir.
Good morning, Vivek. Can you tell me the issue related to migrants and Rohingyas in the Northeast?
Yes, sir. So uh, currently, Northeast, uh, the four states of Northeast border Myanmar, and further, we also have Mizoram, Tripura, and Meghalaya bordering, and Assam also bordering Bangladesh. So there are large amounts of refugees. For example, around 1 million refugees who came to Bangladesh, and subsequently they also have started percolating to the northeastern region, particularly in areas such as Mizoram and Manipur. Further, there are also Bangladeshi immigrants who have crossed illegally into Mizoram as well as Manipur. So it is a cause of concern, and the government is acting very strictly. For example, the BSF is guarding the Bangladesh border, and Assam Rifles is guarding the Myanmar border. The FMR has been strictly implemented. It has been uh, further strengthened by reducing 16 kilometers to 10 kilometers and a 7 days permit.
Okay. So there was an earthquake in the Myanmar recently. Can you tell the epicenter of those that earthquake, the location?
Yes, so the epicenter was Mandalay and Naypyidaw, and further it happened due to the Sagaing Fault, which was in Myanmar. And since the seismic waves developed in the north-south direction, hence the northeastern region felt very little shock waves. Otherwise, if they had further developed in the east-west direction, our northeast would also have been very much impacted.
Okay, right. What is Act East policy?
So the Act East policy is our flagship policy to engage with the Southeast Asia. To it basically factors into the Asian centrality and economic cooperation and engagement with the Asian countries.
Can you tell the three concrete steps India have taken in the past to cement Act East policy?
Yes, sir. Sir, we have signed the FTA with ASEAN, and secondly, we are working on infrastructure. We have a Kaladan multimodal project and IMT trilateral highway, in which almost 70% of the work has been done. Some further, these works have been stalled for a meanwhile after a coup in Myanmar. and we are also working very actively to complete these works. And so third, we are also increasing bilateral engagement with these Asian countries as well.
Okay. Since you are residing in Northeast currently, tell me 5 reasons why Northeast is lagging vis-a-vis the other part of India.
Yes, so the first reason is, sir, Northeast is a landlocked in such a way that Bangladesh is India locked and India is Bangladesh locked. So first reason is this, that we have a Siliguri corridor and we don't have a proper connectivity through any ports as well. So second thing is the infrastructural development in this region is happening at a very slow pace. However, it has increased in the recent past. So the third, the topography, terrain, and the geography of this region is such that carrying out infrastructural development, such as bringing railways into parts of Northeast, has been very difficult. For example, the Mizoram, the Aizawl currently does not have a railway connectivity. So fourth is that the Northeast consists of multiple, at least thousands of tribes, which are of different ethnicities, different. So there have been insurgencies, there have been clashes among each other groups and against the government. So this is one reason. And so lastly, uh, the northeastern economy is pretty much self-sufficient. People are very much dependent on nature. They derive their food fodder from the forest. So this is also one reason why the modernization has not been happening in this area.
Okay, now tell me the 5 potential areas where India and Indian government should work to improve the condition of Northeast.
So first is infrastructural development, no doubt. The government has been working also on it through various development projects. So second is by leveraging its position, the leveraging northeastern position to further its Act East policy by increasing trade through Myanmar and North Asian regions. So the third would be by bringing a very much people-centric, pro-centric governance through which people can have access to basic facilities such as education, health, sanitation, very much aggressively into these areas. And so fourth would be uh, to increase the logistics uh, component. For example, we have the Kaladan multimodal project. If it becomes a success, then the cost of the commodities will be substantially cheaper. And yes, sir. And so fifth would be to integrate the people of India into one fold to bring into Indianness. And yes, sir. For example, the government has been working in this regard with the Ashtalakshmi Mahotsav, which has been happening.
Okay, so you have studied physics in your graduation, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh, can you tell me about the fundamental forces? How many fundamental forces are there in the nature?
So there are 4 fundamental forces: uh, gravity, electromagnetic force, strong force, and weak force.
Okay, which one is the strongest?
So strong nuclear force is the strongest force.
Okay, where it acts and what is the range of a strong nuclear force?
So it acts in the nucleus of an atom, and the range is below 1 femtometer, that is 10 to the power minus 15 meters.
Okay, which force is responsible for the radioactive decay?
So there, So for radioactive decay also, the strong force and weak force both are responsible.
Okay. Can you tell me the recipients of the Nobel Prize last year, 2024?
Yes, so Professor Hopkins and Hilton received Nobel Prizes for their uh, uh, contributions in artificial neural networks.
Okay. Who have got Nobel Prize in Physics from India or Indian origin?
Yes, we had Professor C.V. Raman who received the prize in 1930s for discovering Raman effect, and yes, Professor Kapani did come very close to receiving a Nobel Prize, but he was not given one. Yes, so that's all I can remember.
Okay. For what purpose Dr. C.V. Raman got the Nobel Prize?
Sir, he discovered Raman effect, which is inelastic scattering of uh, waves. And yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Vivek. This formal part of the interaction is over. Now we coming to the interactive part, right? So, Vivek, have you appeared for any offline interview also? No, or all offline, online,
So currently all online.
online. Are you planning to take any offline? Also, no.
Yes, sir, I'm planning to take one or two before my interview.
Okay, good. Vivek, tell me, what has been how you feel that today's your interview went based on your experience so far?
Sir, if I were to compare myself from the interview that I gave last month, it went pretty well. I was able to articulate well. Earlier, I used to get stuck. I
Mm-hmm.
use I could not concisely deliver what I could. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel that the questions asked today were in my favor, and I was able to articulate well at least.
Okay. And what were the advice you were given to for improvement so far?
Yes, sir. Advice was to be more cheerful, be more smile, and that stuff.
Mm.
So I'm still working, sir, consciously on that.
Yeah. See, Vivek, whatever advice we give you, to be cheerful. If you have everybody has his own personality. So I would not advise you. I would not say that you change your personality. Nobody can change your personality. So just be conscious of that. If possible, do it. Otherwise, don't lose sleep over it. Okay?
Yes.
Because these are the traits. Everybody has his own traits. So my belief that there is no point changing personality. You cannot change. Otherwise, you're not listening to your question. You are wondering whether I'm smiling or not.
Yes.
Right? So that whole objective of giving advice is lost and it's become unproductive. So I will not force you or tell you to change your personality. You cannot change. Nobody can change. Only thing is you become stressed. Okay, for last 5 minutes I'm not smiling, so it has gone negative to me. That kind of thought will come into mind. So if possible, fine. Otherwise, don't sleep over it. Because the whole idea of telling that you smile is that that it becomes cheerful atmosphere.
Yes.
You're tense, then board also becomes slightly tense. That is the reason. But that does not mean the whole interview is based on that. Okay.
Yes.
So it's just an advice. Take it only as an advice, not as a very gospel truth. Nothing. It's not that key that people who have a serious demeanor are not selected. They are selected,
Yes, sir.
right? So don't fret over it. Don't sleep over it. It's too much of botheration because you are only about how many days? Today is third, about 12, 13 days away, 12 days away. So yeah. And I hope you're reading newspapers. It looks like you are reading newspapers. Hmm? And one economic and all, normally I say that I told in the beginning also. And what I found is that your answers are slightly longish. Let me put it this way. and sometimes you leave it open for attack or
Yes.
secondary questions.
Yes.
So try to be short in
Yes.
your answers. That will help you to uh, to uh, uh, to be to allow the members to ask you more questions. One, and secondly, you don't allow yourself to be for attack. I use the word attack. That's a negative sense, but it is that supplementary. A lot of supplementary may come to you otherwise. So for that, to practice that, because you are the best judge. Whatever I say or anybody says, it doesn't work that way. You are the judge. You know what is the right thing and what is not the right thing. So what I would suggest is that prepare about 10-15 questions out of your depth and their answers, right? And ask one of your friend if he can help, and you practice those questions and answer in front of Vira.
Yes, sir.
So all everybody what is talking about, you would know, and you would know whether you can change it or not. Because always remember, you are the best judge. Nobody else can judge or change. It's only you. And
Yes.
self-assessment is the best assessment in my view. Right? So try to do that. And I think you are there. You see, you have already been among those 2,500 out of lakhs of people. So you have something, that's why you have come here. So own it. Get pleasure, happiness out of it. That you are there. Right? And I don't see any problem. You will be there very much. Okay. So all the best from my side. And then my colleague, Mr. Prashant Mishra, will give you some advice.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving your time. I'm really grateful.
Okay, Vivek. So I think you have read all the areas, for example, physics about Northeast, and also the questions regarding your technical departments and stream. But you should answer with little bit more conviction. Sometimes the conviction is lacking. Sometimes the statements are very broken and it becomes a little bit very clumsy. Uh, the answers become a little bit clumsy, right? So you just
Yes.
need to improve the conviction part in your answering, and everything else is fine. Okay, just be confident with conviction and answer point wise. You are answering point wise only, but it just get stuck one point into the other. Just try to make it very separate and distinct. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Vivek. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for
Have a
giving this
nice day,
opportunity.
Vivek. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir.